Hi, this is Erin White, and welcome to week 3 of the Celtic Coast Shawl Quarantine Knit Along. In this week, you should be finished with the chevron section and starting into the second seed stitch section, if not well into the second seed stitch section. So I'm going to be going over the second seed stitch section and going over parts of the lattice stitch section. Now, the shawl that I'm currently knitting and working on right now for this knit along, I am only halfway through the chevron section because I'm a little bit behind, and if you are too, that's okay, you're in good company. If you're well ahead, good. Again, you might be in good company. I know that there are several knitters that are in this knit along that are well ahead, but I'm going to be covering items specifically in the second seed stitch section and the chevrons, and the lattice stitch section. So for the 5-color fade, you're going to be transitioning to color 3 right around here, towards the very beginning of that second seed stitch section. Color 4 is going to be a little bit further down on row 117. So color 3 is going to be on row 81, color 4 is going to be on 117, and you're going to switch to color 5 right at the very beginning of the lattice section in row 145. For the 3-color fade, you'll be switching to your second color in row 91 in the seed stitch section. So right around here is where you're going to be starting to transition to your second color for your 3-color fade. And for your 3rd color, you're going to be transitioning on row 155 down in the lattice section. So you will be using more of your 5th color in the 5-color fade than you will if you're just doing the 3-color fade for that 3rd color. Another thing to note is that you will use the same amount of yarn from the garter tab cast on through row 134, which is right here. So you'll be using the same amount of yarn between the garter tab cast on and this row right here that you will from row 135 to the row right before your I-cord bind off, which is 198. So basically, you're using half the yarn that this shawl needs to be completed just in the lattice stitch section itself. So that's a little FYI for you. So if you get to right here and it looks like you have less than half your yarn left, you might need to think about cutting the lattice stitch section a little bit short by a couple of lattice stitches and just going straight to that last double garter section and I-cord bind off. So just keep that in mind, that you use an awful lot of yarn just in that last section. So just to give you a visual, half the yarn is used here, the other half is used down here. And that is, those are all the tips that I have for the shawl for the second seed stitch section into the garter stitch section. I am working on a tutorial specifically for the garter stitch that I use in this shawl. The video that I have in this pattern right now is similar to this, but not quite the same. It still shows the basic concept behind knit 1 under loose strands. The big difference is in that in this shawl, you have 2 loose strands that you have to pick up, and in the video that's in the pattern, they only pick up 1 loose strand. But essentially, it's the same concept. So I'm just working on a updated tutorial to go specifically with this. Again, I look forward to seeing everybody's progress. If you have any questions, please direct them to me at thenittervention@gmail.com. You can also send me a message on Instagram at thenittervention. And if you post photos and you use Instagram, please use the hashtags Celtic Coast Shawl KAL or Celtic Coast Shawl, and make sure to tag me in the pictures. And if I see any progress pictures, I will include them in at the end of the weekly videos. And if you are on Facebook, make sure you like my page, The Knittervention, and there is a group on that page specifically for the Celtic Coast Shawl Quarantine KAL. So make sure you request to join, and you can upload photos there as well and talk to other participants. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in week 4.